Northern groups displaying ignorance for objecting Nnamdi Kanu's release. He has no case to answer. IPOB. IPOB, in a statement issued by its Media and Publicity Secretary, Emma Powerful, on Tuesday said that though the Northern groups is made up of people who are well informed, they have chosen to display ignorance and cluelessness regarding the law. Hi guys, welcome back to Prospect Channel TV. Thank you for coming out here. If you are just joining us, please kindly subscribe and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. The indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has berated a northern group under the umbrella of the Coalition of Northern Groups, CNG, for allegedly attacking those calling for the unconditional release of the IPOB leader, Nnamdi Kanu. IPOB, in a statement issued by its Media and Publicity Secretary, Emma Powerful, on Tuesday said that though the Northern Group is made up of people who are well informed, they have chosen to display ignorance and cluelessness regarding the law. The secessionist group said it attributes the reckless attacks by the Coalition of Northern Group, the CNG, against those calling for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as an irresponsible statement from an ununiformed and clueless Fulani group who benefit from the terrorism business of northern Nigeria. He said IPOB has no words to qualify their low level of reasoning and ignorance on democracy and the law of law and the rule of law. We don't blame them because they have succeeded in grabbing power from the indigenous peoples of Nigeria and don't know how to use it in this 21st century. If CNG is informed, they will not publicly display their ignorance by attacking those calling for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu after the Abuja Appeal Court has discharged and acquitted him and barred any courts in Nigeria from prosecuting him. Unfortunately, we are in Nigeria, where democracy and the rule of law are aliens to the Fulanis from top to the bottom. But for the fact, Fulanis and their governments in power have decided to force themselves into one country with other democratic ethnic groups. They must abide by the rule of law as provided by the concocted 1999 Constitution. According to the group, the separatist leader Kanu has no case to answer in Nigeria again. It continued, for this mushroom Fulanized group calling their family government not to release our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, thinking that they are in the market selling onions. The Nigerian government has no option but to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as the courts in Nigeria and the UN Working Group have pronounced and paid him necessary and adequate compensation without further delay. We are aware of the Nigerian government's heavy lobbying and sharing of millions of dollars, either borrowed or from Biafran oil and gas revenues to local and international agencies to help them blackmail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. We don't have the money to spend. But Chukwu Okike Abiama will disappoint the hands of the crafty so that they will not perform their dirty enterprise against the Biafra nation. The Fulanized government of Nigeria must release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu without further delay for their own good. What will befall them will be surprising in the short term. If the CNG is wise and the lawful groups as they made us believe when they approached the court for interpretation of self-determination law, they would have asked the cabals in government to respect their own court decisions. In fact, the Fulani government of Nigeria is playing with fire. IPOB will never exchange Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, for anything in the world. Nothing must happen to him or this very lawful and peaceful movement. We discard our modus operandi changes in the pursuit of our self-determination right. Notwithstanding their rantings and their whatever meeting, IPOB is patiently waiting for the unconditional release of Nnamdi Kanu and adequate compensation paid to him for the violent violation of his fundamental human rights, they said. Wahala. These are the same people who say Nigeria must stay in peace. Are they actually preaching peace? Or they don't know that someone whom the court have discharged and acquitted is a free person. I don't understand if they understand that discharged and acquitted means that the person is free. That is the meaning. Discharged, they don't discharge you. And at the same time, they have acquitted you. So it means the person is free. But surprisingly, this matter now is even President Muhammadu Buhari's caseman, the one fighting this fight. That is the most surprising thing about it. What are they trying to defend? That is the issue. So, are they fighting for President Muhammadu Buhari or they are fighting for Nigeria? Because if they are fighting for Nigeria, Nigerian courts have said Nnamdi Kanu should go. So what are they even talking about? That anybody who says Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should go, or Nigerian government, or asks Nigerian government to free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they will counter you. But they have problems in their region. They don't talk about it. It is sad to say that we are saying one Nigeria and we don't practice it. There is nothing like one Nigeria here. We have been deceiving ourselves. You understand? Things have to change. Things have to change. Because it's not just by talking. If you like, you want to kill Mazi Nnamdi Kanu today, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have already rebutted himself. 1 million of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there waiting. So that will not even stop the agitations. So what they're supposed to do is advise their brother to do the needful before he leave office, because there's something they call law of karma. You don't run away from it. It must surely come back to you. That is it. It's nature. You understand? You don't cheat it. Whatever you are doing right now, you think you are